Rob Pelinka. For Iowa at one forward, Wade Lookingbill, a 6'5" senior from Fort Dodge. Starting at the other forward for Michigan, a 6'9" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 4, Chris Weber. For Iowa at the other forward, a 6'5" junior from Joliet, Illinois, number 23, James Winters. At center for Michigan, a 6'9" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Juwan Howard. And at center for Iowa, a 6'10" senior from Moline, Illinois, number 55, A.C. Earl. Starting at one guard for the Wolverines, a 6'5" sophomore from Plano, Texas, number 24, Jimmy King. At one guard for the Hawkeyes, a 5'11" junior from Fort Worth, Texas, number 10, Kevin Smith. At the other guard for Michigan, a 6'8" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 5, Jalen Rose. And starting at the other guard for the Hawkeyes, a 6'2" senior from Wichita, Kansas, number 20, Val Barnes. And introducing the coaches for Michigan in his 4th full season, Steve Fisher, assisted by Brian Dutcher, Perry Watson, and Jay Smith. And introducing the coach of the Hawkeyes in his 7th season at Iowa, Tom Davis, assisted by Gary Close, Rick Moss, and Rich Walker.
All right, Bob Holzhammer with the introductions. 5th ranked Michigan, 11th ranked Iowa coming up next. Point loss at that. Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa 5th, and the rest of the Big Ten. The officials today: Jim Burr from Albany, New York, Ed Hightower from Alton, Illinois, and Tim Higgins from Ramsey, New Jersey. Chris Weber with that protective mask in the middle with A.C. Earl, and Earl tips it back to Smith. Barnes in the corner. Here's Iowa.
Great man, Jim. It's not often that Weber does not get the tip. A.C. Earl has position on him. Again, position by A.C. Earl.
Earl walked.
And what we're seeing, Jim, is doubling down from the weak side, that time by Rose. So they're going to let Earl touch the ball, and then from the weak side come down and double team him.
Jalen Rose controlling. He had his 20th birthday yesterday and returns to the side of his career-high 34 set last January here.
How about Juwan Howard being the man that helps bring the ball up the court? Really a gifted big man, skilled in all areas.
Jimmy King, almost a set shot, a three-pointer for King to open the scoring. Earl at the other end, rejected by Weber. Here comes Michigan on the break. King with the ball. He was their top 3 shooter last year. Howard jumper, 5-0 Michigan.
He really gets the ball up above his head beautifully on that short jump shot. Understands his range, always takes good shots.
Winters driving past Howard, and outside Howard on the hold.
And Jim, you remember this Michigan team last year? Ray Jackson was their defensive stopper. And now you've got Jimmy King, who's developed into an outstanding defender. And then you have Howard, who's as good a low post defender in college basketball. So that gives them 3 outstanding defenders.
Steve Fisher told us that King has quietly become our best defensive stopper. King is guarding Barnes at the moment. Inside is Earl.
There's that double team again.
Open is Smith, not usually a good outside shooter. He missed that one.
That's one of the reasons why that weak side double team is so effective, because they don't care if it goes back out to Smith for the jump shot.
Smith coming off a season high against Michigan State, where he had 11, and here he gets the rebound and takes it up the middle. Driving, Smith, beautiful move, but he missed the shot. Howard
dribble.
And a turnaround move by Jawan. Earl averaging 16 points, had 27 and a career-high 16 rebounds in the victory over the Spartans on Thursday.
He had 13 rebounds a number of times, but that breaks his all-time high.
And there's a block. Iowa's all-time shot blocker, A.C. Earl. On Howard taking it the length of the court.
Well, Jim, we watched him in practice, and you and I both feel he's as hard a working guy on the basic fundamentals as any big guy we've seen in college basketball, and there's why his game is progressing to such a high level.
Fisher says he's our toughest competitor, and he really does work to improve himself every minute in practice. Barnes missing a three. Iowa still has not scored. 2 minutes, 20 seconds into the game.
We talked about Jim's skilled positions being too high up for a game, and I think that's what's happening to Iowa right now. They need to go down low to A.C. Earl a while.
On the baseline, Rose had to alter his shot. Weber flips it in, though. 9-0 Michigan.
Right now, you got to get that ball down inside to A.C. Earl. Go ahead and let him double team, dish back out, try to get Val Barnes in a situation where he's got the jump shot.
Earl wants the shot. Earl gets Iowa on the scoreboard.
That's the man.
Earl averaging 16 points, had 27 and a career-high 16 rebounds in the victory over the Spartans on Thursday.
He had 13 rebounds a number of times, but that breaks his all-time high.
And there's a block. Iowa's all-time shot blocker, A.C. Earl. Number 322 on his career.
Smart play by Winters that time, not to try to advance the ball with the dribble. Back screen looking for the lob for Winters, not there.
Barnes slicing and scoring.
Jim, there was a curl move by Jalen Rose, despite the fact that Michigan worked on that all day yesterday in practice on their defensive assignments. Jalen just didn't beat Val Barnes to the spot. Lazy getting there. Oh, what hands.
Blocked by Earl. His second rejection and a whistle before the shot. They call a foul, I believe, on Earl. First, he picked up his second block of the game.
Well, Jim, the defender of the year last year in the Big Ten, probably will be right up there again this year. Back-to-back years, he broke his own Iowa records for shot blocking and moving up on the national list.
Earl sits. 2 players in for Iowa. Number 42, Jay Webb. And 52, Russ Millard. Jawan Howard now is 6.
Now Millard got a piece of that. Howard just too strong. Ripped the ball away from him.
Barnes, that's a three-pointer. 11-7 Michigan.
Really important for Iowa to get Barnes off in the first half. He's been brilliant in second halves of games. Here's the press trying to force it down one side, but Howard, of course, being the trailer, good safety valve.
Weber. Malinka tried to save it, had the foot on the line. Iowa basketball. Well, Michigan raced out to a 9-0 lead, and Iowa has scored 7 of the last 9, so it's 11-7 Michigan. Number right for Michigan. You can see they've improved in a lot of areas.
Well, Jim, a much better basketball team. The thing that really impressed you, with the exception of Indiana having a 55% shooting game against these guys, in the last 8 games, they've held opponents to 41%.
Webb with a nice shot. And pressure, Howard able to get it in. Other than Indiana shooting 55% from the floor, the next best was 47% against Michigan all year.
Exactly. Nice dump.
Right back to Weber. Forget about it.
And climbs right over Millard. Has the presence of mind to make that catch in traffic and then do the step right on over without walking. He's quite a player.
Monteer Glasper in for Iowa, number 13, and Kenyon Murray, number 3, who gets it into Millard.
Jim Millard's quite a story.